He said that we've been waiting months to get on this field to stop the bleeding and start hot. And so the offseason has been urgent for the Bengals. You can feel it out here on the field. I just watched Ja'Marr Chase warm up for the last 20 minutes catching tennis balls. The man's face did not change, did not blink. He is locked in. Joe Burrow's throwing right behind me. The Bengals feel like he maybe had his best camp of his entire career. It's going to be up to him today to neutralize Myles Garrett. When I talked to Bengals sources on the sideline here a few minutes ago, they told me stopping 95 is #1. And so this could be a sneaky good game for running back Chase Brown. And Greeny, the Bengals not only want to start fast, they want a slow ending in the form of a Super Bowl. Brown told me we have the team to do it. I cannot wait to get started.
All right, Jeremy, outstanding. Thank you. Sneaky, interesting game. The Browns have always given the Bengals a tough time. And, Alex, as you sit there with Joe and everything else, what is your take on the slow starts?
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen how bad the numbers are. But I thought it was important there. Jeremy mentioned, right, I talked to Joe Burrow, again, at that interview, and he said the same thing to me. He's never felt this good. And then you start to dig into it, and you realize this is the first time he's ever been healthy into a training camp, right? In 5 years, he's won Comeback Player of the Year twice, right? I mean, the guy's had a torn ACL. He had his calf injury. He had a freaking appendicitis and then had wrist surgery last offseason, right? And I think for the first time, he's been finally able to catch his breath. And listen, this guy is such a difference maker. You don't have him in a training camp. It's hard to start fast, right? He is the offense. They rely on the pass game more than anybody.
Yeah, but it's so puzzling because to me, look, nobody wants to play this team ever at the end of any season. Then why the hell can't you start this way? And to me, I think there's pressure on Zach Taylor because Zach is an outstanding coach. Everybody recognizes that. But in 6 seasons, he's 1-11 to open up the season, the first 2 games. That's crazy. But you got to look at it as a coach. What the hell am I doing? Like, because your job's to get your guys popping out of their skin to start the season, mentally prepared, physically prepared, and you haven't done it.
Yep.
You give you an F for the way you started.
Well, you're talking about the last time we saw Joe Burrow was in the preseason game where the starters were supposed to be on the sideline, but him and the offensive lineman were still out on the field in the preseason game, and that's when he was doing the whirly twirls and got sacked. So for me, going in and getting off to a fresh start is a must today because of the last time we seen the Cincinnati Bengals offense. But very quickly, let me talk about the Triple Crown in Ja'Marr Chase and how effective it was for Joe Burrow and this offense. The way they were able to move Ja'Marr Chase around, left side, left slot, right slot, he was effective wherever they moved him. So you talking about, I remember a couple years ago when Cooper Kupp received the Triple Crown. He was moved everywhere within the offense. Well, then last year, Ja'Marr Chase moved everywhere within the offense. So what am I trying to say? That it could be a possible 2 years in a row that this man can go for a Triple Crown. So I'm anxious to see what Denzel Ward and this Cleveland Browns defense led by Denzel Ward in the secondary has in store.
Why is that so critical? Well, when you put a receiver in a slot, that's way different than covering a guy outside. When he's parked in one position, you can lock down Denzel Ward on him and things.
Right.
But Denzel Ward is better outside than he is inside.
Yeah.
So to your point, Moss, that's outstanding.
We once had a focus in New England just win September because we had some slow starts to begin too. And I like the focus of like the start of the season, just winning the month, being 3-1, being 4-0. It really takes the long-term goal out of it, and you're just focusing on September. I think that's what Bengals, that's been good about. I love how Joe played.
Yes.
I mean, probably of all the superstar quarterbacks, he's the one that got the most reps, preseason reps. We'll see how that helps today, but we haven't talked about the Bengals defense. I mean, these guys.
Well, that's the point.
These guys, it's not
It didn't last
Yeah,
year.
they got to
There are
step
no
up.
questions about Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase. All the questions are on the other side of the ball. Meanwhile, there's a huge question that hovered over the league today, and Adam Schefter has the early answer. Schefter, take us to San Francisco. What's the breaking news?
Greeny, we have an answer on the biggest question heading into Sunday about Christian McCaffrey's status. He will play today against the Seattle Seahawks. He is good to go. The 49ers are not concerned. Slight little issue in practice on Thursday. They felt like they tested him out, and they are not concerned. He will be out there. He will be starting. And if you have him on your fantasy team, again, you put him in because he's good to go, and they're not concerned.
All right, Schefter, thank you, Alex. I saw you sort of cheering along with that. Obviously,
Are you kidding me? I mean, all of Niner faithful, right, holding their breath when we heard news of the calf. Obviously, had the issues last season. I mean, listen, this is one of the best players in the league when healthy. and he means so much to this team and how they want to play the game.
Go ahead, bro.
You'll continually watch this guy throughout the course. Opener's great. He should be ready to go for week one. Hopefully he's gotten himself ready, physically prepared. I'd like to see, realistically, I think 14 games. Give me 14 games out of this guy because I think there's still going to be 2 or 3 that he's going to miss.
The calf was a concern last year. You have all off season, then you're coming into week one with the concern about his calf. There's 2 guys that really stand out to me in the success for the 49ers. That's Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey, and both of these guys are injured already. So I just want to see if they can keep Christian McCaffrey healthy, because if so, you can have some big things coming out of San Francisco.
As we said, every year that they're healthy, they make it at least as far as the NFL's Final Four. So that's an interesting game today. This man is now healthy, and there he is in the stadium that was his own the last 2 seasons. There's Aaron Rodgers getting set to go, playing for his new coach, Mike Tomlin. And our Sal Palantonio just caught up with the coach as we counted down to kick off.
All right, Coach Tomlin, Cam Hayward signed his contract, and you expect him to start and play. What do you expect him from, he's captain, team leader, all-pro player today?
I expect from him what we've seen from him from a long time, over a decade. I expect him to control the inside and up front, to be the wave that we ride as a defense, and I know he's ready for it.
Coach, you've seen Aaron Rodgers all summer. In the last week, what have you seen from him that says he's mentally and physically to take on this challenge today against the New York Jets?
It's been really clean and situational work, and I think that's always an indication. 3rd down, 2 minutes. We did 2-minute segments this week, and he was very sharp in those. And so it's always the situational plays that are weighted a little bit more than the others, and he's really distinguished himself in the last week in those spaces.
You were happy to have Justin Fields in your program last year. He started for you week 1. What do you have to do? Dual threat quarterback with their 2 running backs have to do to stop that running game and that Jets offense?
It's simple. You got to come off blocks and make tackles, particularly as it pertains to quarterback runs. It's a mathematical equation at that point. And so, we can't stay blocked. We got to get off blocks. We got to whoop blocks and make tackles. That's football. The schematics obviously will change over time, but that's a component of it that can't go away.
Thank you for visiting us on week 1.
You know it.
Appreciate you.
You know it.
Okay.
All right, Sal, thank you very much. And as we see Rodgers there, what do you think, Rex, Rodgers and Tomlin together?
Well, number one, you got a Hall of Fame coach. So